Hello, hello. How are you? Let me go live on Instagram as well. This is always takes a second to go live on Instagram. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Hi. I am so happy to see you today here. Thank you so much for joining us for our weekly live love talk. And today, as always, I always think the topics we talk every Wednesday are so transformational. But today, my intention is to help you to get him back using a better way, using a better strategy, using a better mindset, the one that actually works with men, with high value men. So, I am going to start right away, but first, just in case this is your first time here, I am Natalia Hart. I am a dating and relationship coach for highly successful, smart women that seem to shine on every aspect of their lives but love. This area of your life seems to be the area that keeps, evading you, that keeps drifting away, and it keeps giving you a lot of frustration and pain and confusion. So it is a super, super important part of our lives as women. If you are watching this, I know it is very important for you. And I want to start by giving you kudos for really, really embodying that and acknowledging that this area of your life is important to you, that you do want to enjoy an amazing love life. And also, I want to reassure you that that is completely doable, and today we are going to move towards that a little bit more. Every single day, we can do something, even if it's 1%, to move us towards that direction. I love to see the big picture rather than immediate gratification, because that is what gives us true fulfillment. So, hi, I got a message. Yes, please type your questions if you have any questions, and I will answer them at the end today, or maybe next week if it's too deep and I can't answer them today because it's going to be too long. So, this today's talk, it's particularly useful and transformational for women that are either dating a guy and he is a good guy. He is a high value man. You have been dating for a little while, and things have grown between you and him. You feel good with him. He has been feeling good with you. He has been showing you with actions and with his words, with his actions, with his the things he has been doing, that he's serious about this relationship with you. And things were going well. Things were going on really well. And lately, he has started to feel a little bit more distant. So, this is particularly for that time when you are really, really happy in the relationship, you want things to keep moving forward, and he has been showing you those signs as well. But all of a sudden, he starts to feel a little bit distant. And eventually, one day, he comes to you and has what I talk the bad talk with you. What that looks like. I mean, just use your imagination, because in your case, it may look a little bit different, but it looks something like this. He comes to you and says, "Hey, Sarah, I really like you, and I really want to be in a long-term committed relationship, and but I have been feeling a little bit off lately. I think I need a little bit of time. I think I need a little bit of distance. I am not sure where I want to take this relationship with you. And so he brings up that bad conversation, the conversation that we are not ready to hear. And the question is, what do I do in this situation when me, as a woman, I know that he has feelings for me? I know he wants marriage. I know he wants to create a family. We have the same goals. We have the same, we are aligned on our values, and we are so complementary at so many levels, and we are attracted to each other. And what happens? What do you do as a high value woman in order to bring him back? Because what is happening pretty much at this moment is you were dating, things were good, tarara, and now he's starting to have second thoughts. He's starting to see that maybe this is not what I want. So, the first thing that I'm going to tell you is what not to do. And this is a mistake that most women make when they are faced in this situation. Okay? This is what intuitively us as women are prone to say or do just because it makes sense for us in our mindset, in our body, in our energy. Making these mistakes feels like the right thing to do. That's why we do it. It's not because we are, there is something wrong with us or anything like that. There is nothing wrong with you. It's just that if you don't know any better, you are going to fall for these low hanging fruit. And it's a big mistake, because if you do this, you are going to push him further away. And I know that's not your intention. Your intention is to make him see that being in a relationship with you is what he really wants and is the best thing for him. So, the biggest mistake most women make when the guy is pulling away, a guy that she knows is into her, a good guy, it starts to pull away and starts to have second thoughts about the relationship, is to have a talk with him, trying to rationalize. So we fall into our mind and we start to talk to him about how good the relationship is and all the reasons why he should stay with you. That's what we intuitively do because it feels like it's the right thing to do, because we can see it from our side, from our feminine side. It makes totally sense to do that. So we talk to him, we tell him, how good our relationship is, all the fun we are having, all the things we have in common, all the future, the beautiful future we can build together. And this is a big, big mistake, because that makes the men even pull away even further. Because when we get in our mind and try to convince the guy that it's a good idea, that is the best for him to stay with us, it's a total turn off for a good guy. And this is something that is not consciously, this is something that is not logic. This is not something that this kind of interaction, it's not something that is, at the conscious level. Everything is happening in a more subtle way, where love happens. Love is an energy. It happens in an unconscious way. We are attracted and drawn to somebody. So it's not that he understands what is going on. He just feels from his perspective, because it's different than our perspective, he feels repelled. He feels like, this is confirming that I don't want to have anything to do with her. and it's going to pull him away. And if you are having a hard time understanding this, or maybe accepting what I'm saying, if you maybe are getting a little bit upset with me because I'm saying this, I would like you to think of a time where a man tried to convince you that he was the right guy for you. I know, I have been there. I dated a guy once. I'm going to give this example. I was dating a guy that, yeah, he was great. He was great on paper. He was great. He looked great and all that. But there was a point where I wasn't feeling it. I didn't really want to take things forward with him. And he tried to convince him. He tried to talk to me into being in the relationship, into staying. And I even had another guy, offering me a car, that he was going to buy me my dream car if I stayed with him. And I broke up with him faster than I would have if he had just given me my space to figure it out on my own. So it's totally repelling from an energetic standpoint when your man is having doubts to have this talk. So this is exactly what not to do. Now, you may be thinking, so what do I do? If I cannot talk, what do I do? Well, this is when things get really juicy, because usually in most cases, what we do as women when we are in this situation, we also put a lot of effort in the relationship. We have the talk, we are overdoing things. We believe that if we are skinnier or prettier, we change the way we dress, we change the things we are doing, we stop seeing our friends. So it feels like we are giving up a lot for this man. And on top of that, this man is not seeing that we are a great catch and that we are the right woman for him. So there is a double side, is he's pulling away. And on the other hand, energetically, we are overgiving, we are overinvesting, we are overdoing. So all that, we are going to stop. We are going to make a hard stop and start to pull back the energy towards us. And I know this is controversial, and this is totally counterintuitive. But I invite you to open up your mind and see that this love, romantic relationships, attraction, it's not based in logic. What we intuitively, logically believe it works most of the time, if you are having a hard time with the guy, that is not working. So we need to start to do something else. And that is what I'm going to teach you today. So let me see my notes. I don't want to forget anything. So what we are going to do is, instead of putting more effort, instead of talking more, instead of doing more, instead of trying to be better, differently, turning ourselves on the proverbial pretzel, we are going to use less effort. And we are going to figure it out, what inspires him to be with us. What made him in the first time to be with us, to want to be with us. There was a point where this guy was really in the relationship. There was a point in the timeline where this guy, and we are talking about the good guy, and I need to reinforce that, because I am not talking about bad guys. Okay, that's a conversation for another time. You need to be able to recognize a healthy guy from an unhealthy guy. If that's kind of like the baseline of dating. Okay, so that's another conversation. And I do have a lot of videos on how to, I have an hour length video on how to avoid dating a narcissist. It's on my YouTube channel. You can go back and watch that video where I really, really talk in depth about how to distinguish a good guy from a bad guy. That is kind, you have, if you don't know how to do that, you need to do that. I mean, you're going to save yourself so much heartbreak if you do that, because with a bad guy, nothing works. Okay, so but this, we're talking about good guy. So this good guy, at some point, he was really into you. He was pursuing you. He was showering you with affection, with gifts. He was taking you out. He was calling you all the time, sharing his feelings with you, all that. So the first step is, as I said, less effort. If it's effortless for you, it's not working for you. And if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for him either. Okay? So let's drop to less effort. And the second step is figure it out what inspired him, what created that emotional attraction with you in the first time. Okay? Because that's your key. Now, what happened is that usually when we get in a relationship with a guy, and even if things are going well, we start to do things, we start to overdo a little things, we stop doing things that really, really make us happy in order to gain the love of the guy, as I call it. Okay, so we start to do that. And what happens is when we do that, when we stop doing the things that makes us happy, we start little by little by little to be a different woman than who we were when he met us. I mean, the fact that he liked you when he met you is because is in part it's because of who you are, your personality, and tarara. But who you are and your personality and tarara is based on the things you were doing. So if you stop doing those things for yourself, you are going to end up being somebody different. And that's when the disconnection starts to happen, because he starts to feel that he's not dating the same woman he met. So the key is to keep doing the things that make you happy, to keep seeing your friends, your Friday lunch with the girlfriends, keep doing it. Your origami classes, keep taking them. Your salsa dance classes, keep taking them. Keep doing what you are doing, because that is going to keep you being you, and that's what he liked to begin with. And also, and most importantly, maybe, is when we stop doing these things for a guy, little by little we start to lose ourselves. And that creates an underlying feeling of resentment towards the guy because we are not doing the things that we like. And that creates a debt, an energetic debt that a guy will never be able to pay off. He will never be good enough if you are feeling that he owes you because of all the things you stopped doing because of him. Okay? So I hope this is coming out clearly. I know it's very complicated and deep. I'm trying to give you weeks of coaching in like 20 minutes. So I know I need to simplify a little bit this concept. But so far, we have uh, less effort. We have to put less effort and figure it out what inspired him to be with you and start doing those things again. Okay? Now, many of you may be thinking that, oh my God, this is so much effort. This is so hard to do. Relationships are so hard. And I don't want to do that anymore. And of course, I understand you. If we think that something is a lot of effort, that things, relationships are hard, that dating is hard, of course it's going to stop you on your tracks to do things. But I invite you to consider that they can be easy. It can be easy. And the only thing that requires is a shift in your mindset, is a shift in your psychology, in the way you see things. Okay? So relationships and dating can be easy if we see it in a different way. And as a feminine energy woman, the way you have to see it is doing less effort, doing less things, being more, and starting to get back into doing the things that you love to do, because that is going to fill your cup, is going to make you happy, and that is the way you are going to inspire a man to be with you forever when you are happy, because you are happy and you share that happiness, and he sees that you are happy, so he can make you more happy, and it's all a good happy relationship. Okay, so let me take a look at my notes. So yes, in a nutshell, in order to, the better way to bring him back when you feel that you are losing him, or when he had the conversation with you regarding that he's losing the feeling with you, that he wants to take a break, or he wants to not see each other that often, is go back to yourself and to the things that were making you happy when you met him. So I'm going to tell you a story. There was this woman that when she hired me, she was having a very, very hard time because her boyfriend had broken up with her, and she was just devastated. She was heartbroken, and her self-confidence wasn't there. She was feeling like she was losing. She was feeling like she was on her early 30s, so she wanted to get married and have kids, and the biological clock was running, pressuring her. Also, her family wanted her to get married and have kids. And this was a successful woman. She was a professional. She was making very good money. She owned her own house, her own car. She had traveled a little bit around the world on vacations. So she was well cultured. She had read books. She was what I called a highly successful, highly smart woman. And she was heartbroken, and she couldn't see the bright side of things. So I asked her a question. I said, "Tell me, Susan, before you met this guy that broke your heart, that you're feeling so bad about it right now, before you met this guy, how were you? How were you feeling?" And she said, "Oh, I was feeling unstoppable. I was feeling wild and full of life and confidence. I was traveling, I was taking dancing classes, I had my girlfriends, I had my volunteering work. I was doing I was feeling fantastic. I was feeling like a tigress in the wilderness, free, roaming, like, wow, she was feeling fantastic. And I could see how her energy got back up. And I said, that is who you are. When you got in this relationship, you lost touch with all that just to make him happy. And that is the place where we need to get back. That is the place where we need to get back. A place where you are happy. You feel like roaming, like wild and free, whatever way you feel, when you are confident, when you are secure, when you feel full of life. And you have to protect that and keep being that way. Because even if a guy is asking you to stop doing those things, you cannot give in that, because he is not understanding that if you stop doing those things, you are going to stop being who you are. You are going to be a shrunk version of yourself. And he is going to lose the attraction because you are not going to be the woman he fell in love with. So, again, if your man, if your good guy is starting to pulling back, he's not, you don't feel he's there anymore that much, he wants his space, he's asking you to take a break, maybe, this is what you do. Talking to him into their relationship never ever works with a man, ever. What works is getting back in touch with yourself and going back to being the incredible woman you were before you met him, because that's the woman he fell in love with, and that's the woman you were in love with. So this is a win-win situationship where you win because you are full of life and full of confidence and secure and alive, and he wins because he gets back the woman he fell in love with. So I hope this talk helped you a little bit. Give me a like so I know you liked it and that you found it useful. Send me a comment if you have any questions. I know this is a very deep subject and I tried to explain it in a very succinct way. And, I do my best, but this takes weeks to unpack with a client. So I did my best. And also, I would like to share another story with you. 2 days ago, I was in my kitchen and I had this little succulent plant, a succulent plant in my kitchen window. So I was doing the dishes and I am looking at the plant, and the plant was on this pot. This is the pot where the succulent plant was. And as you can tell, it's really small. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, that plant, that succulent plant has been there for 3 years and it hasn't grown one bit. It's not dying, which is good because, here in Las Vegas, it's hard to keep plants alive. So it's not dying, but it's also not growing. It's not going anywhere. So I said, I'm going to give it more room. I am going to upgrade the pot, the container. Okay. So I just got this little thing that I had on my cupboard and put some dirt, more dirt on it, and I planted it here. A bigger container. Okay. The plant was here and was surviving, but it wasn't growing. It wasn't going anywhere. Always the same. Yesterday, a day later, when I looked at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it has grown. You see these little things here? These little things here? In one day, they grew and the plant got bigger. It expanded in only one day. So why am I sharing this story of my succulent plant with you? It's because this is a very good way to see what happens when we as women, we are planted in a bigger container. We grow, we give fruit, we blossom. I am enrolling right now for my group coaching program, the Calling in Your King method. It's a big container where you are going to grow and you are going to expand and evolve and self-actualize. And you are going to learn all the skills and abilities that will allow you to find and create true love with a great guy. Maybe you feel like you have been in a little pot for a while and you are surviving. You are kind of like, it's not good, it's not bad, but it is what it is. But your dream of finding a great guy to get married and create a family and have babies, or maybe retire with and travel all over the world, whatever it is your dream with your partner in your love life, it's not going to happen if you stay in a little container. It's going to happen if you jump into a bigger container with more dirt, with more nourishment, where you can improve your capacity for good things, where you can expand your capacity for highly sensitive stuff, good stuff, that when we are in a very small place, we don't have room for it. So, if you are interested in this, send me a message and I will share with you my website with there is a page there where you can see exactly who this program is for, to see if it's for you, and what you are getting, and all the information you need to see if you want to join us. It's going to be fantastic, and this is a great opportunity to get personalized coach in a very, very intimate group container, group coaching container, and get coaching from me. Anyway, I will see you again next week on Wednesday. And give me a like if you are on YouTube or on Instagram or Facebook. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, ask me questions so I can answer your questions. Bye.